Hello, Shelly and Jenna. It's me again. Oh my gosh. What I'm going to try and do is I'm going to describe the holiday comic section to you. There's a lot of them. Some of them is going to be tricky, but here we go. So the first one, we see Santa. He's at the mall sitting on a chair, and the devil has popped up from the floor. And Santa is saying, "No, I will not sell you my naughty list," because he's the devil, see? Next we have, those dinosaurs that had the little tiny arms? I forget what they're called. Well, he's wearing a little sweater and he's decorating his tree. And he's got a star in his hand and he's looking up, but because his arms are so short, he can't go up there. And he says, "Oh, well, shit." Like, he can't put the star up. Next, we have two little boys, and they're outside. They've made a snowman, and they're looking at a box. One little boy said, "I got this from my mom's room. We can use it for his nose." And the other little boy says, "Oh, cool. It vibrates." Okay. Next, we have Santa and a reindeer, and they're ice fishing. And the reindeer says to Santa, "Santa, my ice hole's frozen." And Santa says, "Language," because he thought he said asshole. Next, we have the three wise men at Christmas. It says, "Right, we've picked up the gold and myrrh. What on earth is that?" And the third wise man, instead of frankincense, he's got Frankenstein beside him. Next, we have a little old lady, and she's in a parking lot with her shopping bags walking, and there's a whole bunch of cars lined up behind her with people in them. And it says, "Merely for her own twisted amusement, Carol liked to spend hours aimlessly wandering around the mall parking lots, pretending to be headed to her car." That's a good one. Next, we have a little kitten, and there's a Christmas tree, and there's ornaments all busted up on the floor underneath the tree. It's an actual photo. And someone has put, "Thank goodness you're home. The tree exploded." Now we have a lady sitting on the couch in her curlers reading a book, and the husband comes in and he's flashing her. You can't see him, but she's looking at him, and she says, "I was wondering where the hell that mistletoe went." Oh my goodness. Okay. Next, we have Santa back at the mall again, and there is a dog sitting on his lap. And Santa is saying to the dog, "The bone, chew toy, and treats aren't a problem. Getting your testicle backs will pose a challenge." Okay. Now, next we have Santa, and he's on top of an outhouse. And the reindeers have put him up there because they guided him. And he says, "No, no, no. I said off to the Schmitz house." Next, it says a Christmas story. And for the Christmas story, how the little boy stuck his tongue to the pole and it got stuck. Well, the little boy is looking at Gene Simmons from Kiss, and he's got his big long tongue and it's stuck to the pole. So it's a Christmas story. Yikes. Now we have two little old ladies, and they're at the fireplace, and Santa has come down the chimney, but his pants have fallen down. And the ladies it says, "The plan was to find out if Santa wore boxers or briefs. It never occurred to the ladies that he might go commando." So he's got no underwear on. Okay. I don't know, that wasn't even worth describing. All right, the next one, we have two snowmen. And the one snowman has like twigs for arms, and the other snowman has these big, thick, long arms. And the one with the twig arms says, "Ooh, somebody's been working out." Oh, silly. Next, there's a cat and a dog, and there's the Christmas tree and everything there. And the cat says, "I left a couple gifts for you in the litter box. Merry Christmas." Gross, which is true because my dog Poppy used to like to eat shit. Yikes. Now this one, a little boy has made a snowman, and it looks like he's got like a carrot penis and two testicles under him. And he's talking off to somebody off to the side, and it says, "What do you mean I need to behave?" He's standing on his head. Okay, so the snowman is standing on his head. That's why, but it looks like penis and balls. All right. Now we have, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 snowmen, and they're roasting marshmallows under like a fire outside, campfire. But the sticks that they're using to put the marshmallow on the end are like super long, so they're like all really far away from the fire. Making sense, because if they were closer, they would melt. Now Santa is in the next comic here. He's pointing to the reindeer. He doesn't look very happy. And he says, and I've only got one thing to say about all those complaints I've been hearing about. Venison. Oh dear. Santa threatening to kill the reindeer. Now we have reindeers, and they're eating cans of beans, and Santa's in the background waiting for them. And it says, just before the flight, the disgruntled crew prepared their own silent protest. Oh dear. It's kind of related to the first one there. Next we have 2 reindeers, and they're like punching in the time clock, and there's a grumpy elf behind them. And the first reindeer says, anything else I can do, Santa? I'll stay late if you need me. And then underneath it says, Roscoe, the brown-nosed reindeer. Oh, dear. Now we have Santa, and he's talking to the reindeer, and it says, they didn't leave you any carrots. Go ahead and eat their hostas. Oh, okay then. Now we have a snowman that's on the ground dead, and he's got like a carrot stabbed into his body, like where his heart should be. And there's a cop taking a statement, and the other snowman is saying, I can't understand it. All I did was sneeze. Oh, so he sneezed, his carrot nose flew off and killed the other snowman. Oh, cute. Now we have, oh, this one's going to be tricky. There's a bear with a box of tangled up Christmas lights, and there's the tree. And he's looking at the lights. Now next panel, he's trying to straighten them all out because they're all scrambled up. He looks at them again and again. And then the last panel, he's kind of just throwing the ball of lights into a cluster on the tree, and he's sitting on the side reading a book and having a glass of wine. So he kind of like just said, screw it, I guess. Now this one, we have a birch tree that's got no leaves or anything because it's winter. And then there's a Christmas tree all decorated with balls and a star and garland. And the birch says, don't you think you're overdressed? And the Christmas tree says, birch, please. Like, birch, please. Like, bitch, please. Because he's a Christmas tree, okay? Now we have the next comic. We are the ghost of Christmas specials. And it's Charlie Brown, the Grinch, and the reindeer. And it says, just try getting our songs out of your head. It's like, oh, yes, that's pretty true. Now we have another one. It's got 3 snowmen, and they all look pretty scared. And, oh, because it's snowing, okay? And they're saying, there are body parts falling down on us everywhere. It's the apocalypse. Because they're made out of snow, and it's, oh, dear Lord, who thinks of these? I didn't make these up. I just found them. Next, there's a stocking full of presents sitting at a bar with a drink in front of him, and then beside him is a piñata with his drink beside him, and they both look a little sad. And the stocking is saying to the piñata, I'm telling you, there's nothing worse than being stuffed with candy and hung on a mantle. Well, the poor piñata, because he gets punched out, poor little guy. Now we have Santa is talking to Mrs. Claus. She's sitting at the table. She's got her arms crossed. She's really pissed looking. And he's saying to her, okay, yes, I went to my old girlfriend's house last night. It's my job. Aww. All right, now, this one is a man and a wife or boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the hell they're supposed to be. And they're looking out the window at the little boy. I guess this is supposed to be their son. And he's made a snowman. He's waving to the parents. But the snowman, there's 2 of them. And one snowman is doing it like piggyback style, not like screwing the other snowman. And the mother is saying to the father, I'm pretty sure it's safe to say he did see us last night. Okay, so he made the snowman do what he saw his parents do. Now the next one Santa's leaving. He's got a guitar case on his back. Mrs. Claus is sitting on a chair knitting a scarf. And Santa says, I'm substituting for one of the guys in ZZ Top tonight. Oh, okay, because Santa has a long beard, and so did they. Now we have a sad-looking reindeer, and two other reindeers are talking to him. And one says, what's wrong with Comet? And this other one says, his wife snuck off to Vegas and blew $50. Oh my goodness. Okay. These are not for children, obviously. Alright, so now this kind of reminds me of my video. You've got oregano and basil and all salt and seasoned salt. And one says, hi there, good day, hello, hey. And it says, season's greetings. So that's very similar to my what did the salt say to the pepper. Now we have a reindeer, and he's kind of disgruntled looking. He's talking to Santa, and behind him is a bunch of reindeers, and they're all sitting down with their arms crossed. Seems to be a general theme here. And it says, they want to work from home. Oh, okay. That must have came out during COVID, maybe. And now this one, Santa is talking to the elves, and he's not happy. Sorry about not happy comics, but that's how it is, okay? He is not happy. The elves are in the workshop, and there's some other elves behind him, and they're looking up, and there's a guy singing. He's got a big clock around his neck and backwards hat and everything. And Santa says, I said hire a rapper, spelled W-R-A-P-P-E-R. So they needed someone to help wrap the present. So he was looking for a rapper, but the elves hired a rapper, the singer. Now we have this big round striped peppermint, red and white peppermint candy, and it's running on a treadmill, and it's looking at a picture of this really skinny looking candy cane, red and white candy cane. And it's in his thought bubble, the candy saying, maybe I need to be a bit more realistic. Aww, yeah, I get it. Now we have two reindeer looking in the chimney, and one has a great big plunger in his hand, and the other one says, he's stuck again. So obviously Santa got stuck. And here's two snowmen, a snow lady in her little hat, and she's got her arms kind of to her side, and she's talking to the snowman beside her. He's a little bit shorter than her. And she says, your profile said you were 5'11". And he says, I was this morning, because the sun's out and he is melted, you see. Okay, oh, there's the sneezy one again. How did that happen? Oh, we got a couple repeats. Well, I won't tell if you don't. The snowman that sneezed and killed the other snowman is in there, and so is What's Wrong with Comet. Oops, okay. Now we have, a bunch of Christmas trees with all their decorations on. They're in an art studio. They've got their easels in front of them. They're doing like sketches of what they see. And in front of them is a Christmas tree with a smiley face and one arm above its head and the other down to the side. And all its ornaments are on the ground. See, so it's like a naked tree, which makes sense because I remember Sheridan College days. I walked into class and there's this man buck naked in the middle of the room that we're supposed to draw. It became my favorite class, actually. And there's Comet again with his wife blowing $50. Okay, gotta maybe fix that. How Santa really finds out which reindeer can fly. Oh, and he's like pushing them over the cliff. Dang, let's try another one, he says. And there's another reindeer being pushed by the elves behind. That's not very nice. Next, I have to take a picture of the presents under the tree for proof of delivery. Okay, so Santa's taking a picture of the tree. Okay, and the final one. Santa is holding a little gray kitty in his hand, and he says, what do you want for Christmas this year, little guy? And the cat says, nothing too extravagant, just opposable thumbs, world domination, and some tuna munchies. Okay then. So there you have it, my friends. You now also got to enjoy the Christmas comic section. Love you. Bye-bye.